I'm not being dramatic when I tell you that the Chicago Bears just might have had their most physical practice ever in team history. Yeah, let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video for daily Bears content. This is the place to be. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button. All right. So the Bears just had their most physical practice ever, folks. I am not being hyperbolic when I tell you that. Let me read you some of these statements from the beat reporters covering this team. Patrick Finley, the Bears just finished the most physical practice I've seen in my life. Patrick Finley is not exactly that young, so he's been covering the team for a while. All right, in his life, the most physical practice ever. We had Adam John saying, I don't think I can recall a Bears training camp practice quite like today. Physical live tackling over multiple periods. They even tackled during the 7-on-7 period. Courtney Cronin, I don't know in my 10 years of covering the NFL that I've seen as much live tackling in a practice that we witnessed today. And then Brad Biggs, the one and only Biggs, Bears wrapped up a 2-hour, 2-minute practice that was the most physical in terms of live hitting that I've ever seen, that I've seen since early in the Lovie Smith era. They got after it today. And there's many more, by the way, all right? So pretty much every single beat reporter covering this team said today was physical. And this is kind of crazy to see, people. Not the physical part, but the fact that all these beat reporters saying this because they've been covering the team for a while now. And it took until now for us to have our most physical practice ever. That just shows you that Ben Johnson doesn't mess around. All right, he just called out the offense the other day for being sloppy, comes back in the next practice, and he is all about intensity and physicalness. Remember what he told you, all right? The culture of this football team is not going to be this, sort of soft, offensive team that isn't as physical, whatnot, or what have you. It's going to be a violent, aggressive team that gets after it. All right, so just because they're going to be an offensive team with their head coach doesn't mean they're going to be soft. In fact, it's going to be the opposite, okay? So that is what Ben Johnson is preaching, and that is what Ben Johnson is getting out of his guys today. Tyreek Stevenson also said, this is how practice should be every single day. So even for Ben Johnson's standard, I mean, they dialed it up a notch from that. So love to see that. Oh my goodness, I love seeing this, all right? The physicality, the intensity. This is awesome. This is what football is about. So let's talk about some details here, if you will. So the offense had a much better day today, okay? Highlighted by finishing in the red zone, which is something they've struggled with. Roschon Johnson had some nice runs in the red zone, 2 touchdown runs at the goal line. So, Roschon played the role for us as a short yardage back last season. I feel like he's going to play that same role for us this season. He's great in short yardage and in goal line and red zone situations. So I feel like Swifty being the guy with the outside speed, Roschon's going to be, again, the guy that complements him with that. So love to see that. Kyle Manengai spent some time with the second team today. So that was interesting, okay? So Kyle Manengai, again, I told you guys early on, man, you'll see his, timeshare go from like 10% to maybe 20% to 30%. Like, this guy's going to play. As a 7th rounder, he is going to play. He's certainly going to make the roster, which is kind of crazy to see for a 7th rounder. And if an injury happens, again, knocking on wood, hopefully that's not the case, Mananga is going to get a bulk of the carries there. So that's, going to be interesting to see. Caleb Williams hit Roma Dunze one-on-one on a sideline for a 40-yard catch and run. That was awesome. I have not seen the video for it, and I want to see it. So if you guys do find it, let me know down in the comments below. So the offense overall just played much better, much more physical. Just felt like they played with much more of a purpose today. And, sometimes you just need a good, what have you. I'm not going to say it explicit. You need some of that for you to get back on track, okay? That's basically what happened here with the Bears, right? Ben Johnson calls him out for being extremely sloppy. The entire national media goes and says, oh my God, Caleb Williams can't hit the damn net, right, in practice. And they're, pulling up all these clips and this and that. And Caleb throwing, obviously, escaping from the rush and throwing it. and getting picked off. Like all of those things happen, and Ben Johnson just resets everything and says, look, we are going to attack today with a purpose, and that is what happened here. So physical practice today, and there was a bunch of skirmishes too, right? When we're talking about physical, we're not just talking about hitting, we're talking about actual fights happening out there. Braxton Jones and Austin Booker got into it. Roshan Johnson and Jonathan Owens got into it. Javon Dexter as well. I think Courtney Cronin mentioned that there were like 4 skirmishes that she saw at least. So yeah, man, these guys are getting after it. Obviously, you don't want anybody getting hurt or anything like that. And that was my main thing, right? Be as physical as you want without guys getting hurt. So hopefully there's no injuries. Cole Kmet, though, and Doug Kramer both left practice and did not finish practice. So hopefully there's nothing major there. But that was my one concern with obviously having a physical practice. But yeah, overall, man, this was awesome to see. What a breath of fresh air to be able to just say that the Bears went after it and got super physical. So I can't wait. I feel like this is going to be the case for the remaining practices here as we, get ready for the preseason and the regular season. So I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts down below of this physical practice for the Chicago Bears as always. Thanks for watching.